What's up, people? Welcome back to the first stage of the Zwift Flat and Fast series. This is the Tempus Fugit route. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, out the gate, this race was pretty intense. It was majority flat. There weren't any noticeable hills um, on this route. So that meant that there was going to be a lot of attacks and the wattage was going to be high. I felt I was positioned pretty well for this race with being a heavier runner with good consistent power output or power endurance. So I figured I was positioned pretty well. What I didn't expect is the level of wattage we will have to keep just for the entire duration of this race. Now I do cut out parts of this race just because, especially on a flat surface with a lot of hills, with not a lot of hills. Looking at the race, looking at the same scenery, it feels like you're looking at the same scenery over and over again. Um, the blob kind of stays the same, and the jostling happens all the way through the race. So, in order to keep it interesting and not to keep you guys too bored with a lot of the monotony of the race, I do skip sections. Coming up on our first opportunity to get a power up. I think in this race, the power up was the draft and the arrow boost. And I think for the most part, this entire race, I got the draft. I don't think I ever once got the arrow boost. Again, what was surprising was just the amount of wattage I had to just put out in order to maintain myself with the pack. As you can see right now, I'm 30th, but I'm pushing 400 plus watts, which is crazy to me. So now we're over a third of the race in, and as you can see from the helicopter view, the blob is still there. We do have a few stragglers on the backpack, but for the most part, everybody is right there just gunning for it. I am still pushing 300 plus watts. It's just crazy. Another helicopter view. Um, Here you do see an attack. Um, this person is trying to get, or this rider is trying to get away from the crowd. I think they kind of stand out there for an extended period of time. Nobody really makes an urgent rush to put them in, even though we are on the back half of the race. So we pulled a runner back. So now we're all bunched up together, heading to the finish line. Here it's starting to get intense. Everybody is making a push. Again, we're one huge blob. As you can see, I'm getting tired, but I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I'm positioned well, but just the amount of wattage I've had to put out this entire race is starting to wear on me a little bit. I'm hoping to get to the finish line, and I'm hoping people are feeling the same level of fatigue that I'm feeling. As you can see, my revolutions per minute has dropped. I'm still hovering in the 350 plus range, and my heart rate is still 162. So I'm not really exerting a whole lot of energy. I'm just starting to get a lot of lactic acid build up in my legs just from the amount of wattage I've had to keep up just to maintain myself in the front pack. So as you can see, even at this late stage in the race, I'm still getting jostled around just like everybody is. So I at one point in time I was 32nd, now I'm third place. So that's just an indication of how tight this blob was. But we are getting closer and closer to the end. The pace is starting to pick up. Everybody's starting to make a push because again, everybody knows that it's going to be a mad dash to the finish line. I still have my draft boost, which I just cut on. I'm not a huge fan of the draft boost because for whatever reason, it feels like when I use the draft boost, I actually slow down some. I actually lose a little bit of power. So I'm not a huge fan of the draft boost. I would actually prefer the arrow. So we're officially on the back half of the race. It's starting to tick up. Right now, I'm pretty much consistently at 400 plus watts, even 500 watts. And the idea is this is just for me to maintain myself in the front pack. I really can't afford at this point to fall further back because with the sprint to the finish, I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to or out sprint so many runners or so many riders. I'm sorry. And so right now, most attacks I'm trying to respond quickly to it. Just because I can't afford to position I can't afford, as the rest of the riders, we can't afford to let anybody just get out there with so little race left. These riders are aggressive and they're very good. I love this new Zwift ranking system because there is no race where you're just blowing out the pack, which worked for me, which is fine for me. I was nervous, but it was a good nervous that we were going to have to sprint at the end, and the person with the best sprint ability was going to be positioning themselves to win. Here we go. We're beginning to take off. Everybody is starting to cut on their boot, their draft, and their arrow boots, and we're all humping towards the finish line. I'm at 500, well, 700, 800 watts. I think I get over 1,000 watts this race. I'm pushing it. Right now, I know we're all exhausted. So the only thing I'm thinking at this point is just pedal just a little bit longer than the next person. I do finish on here. I get third place, but on Z Power or Zwift Power, I actually get second place. So the second rider must have not been using a heart rate monitor. But that's it. Until next time, peace.